Friends, have you seen the video from Mathura? It is something that will make you think twice before eating out. A video went viral on May 31st, 2025, and it was truly shocking. It showed a young boy, just a child, inside a very dirty and small bathroom. What was he doing? He was washing plates. Yes, the same plates that customers would eat their food from. He was scrubbing them right there, in that unhygienic space, using water that looked incredibly unclean. It was happening at a place called the BK Brijwasi Hotel, located on the busy Barsana Govardhan Road in Mathura, a place many pilgrims visit. Imagine going to a restaurant, ordering your favorite meal and enjoying it with your family. You trust that the kitchen is clean and the people preparing your food are following basic hygiene rules. You believe the plate in front of you is properly washed and sanitized, but this video completely shatters that trust. The bathroom where the plates were being cleaned was cramped and filthy. The water source itself was questionable, with many people on social media suggesting it was toilet water. This wasn't a hidden camera expose by a news channel. It was a simple video that exposed a disgusting reality happening right under everyone's noses. This incident goes beyond just being unpleasant. It is a serious betrayal of the customer's faith. People visit places like Mathura for spiritual reasons, and they expect a certain level of decency and respect. The hotel, with its Hindu-sounding name Brijwasi, likely attracted many devout visitors. To think that these very customers who came with faith in their hearts were served food on plates washed in such a disgusting manner is deeply disturbing. It's a reminder that what you see on the outside of a restaurant might not be the real story of what is happening in the back. The video serves as a jarring wake-up call for everyone. It forces us to ask some very uncomfortable questions about the places where we eat. How often are hygiene rules ignored when no one is watching? Are the authorities doing enough to check these establishments regularly and thoroughly? This single short clip has pulled back the curtain on a practice that is not only repulsive, but also incredibly dangerous for public health. It shows a complete disregard for the well-being of the people who pay money to be served a safe and clean meal, turning a simple act of eating out into a risky gamble. As you can imagine, once the video hit the internet, people were furious. The outrage spread like wildfire across social media platforms. Everyone was talking about it, sharing the clip and tagging the authorities, demanding immediate action. It became a huge topic of discussion, with people expressing their disgust and anger. They couldn't believe that a hotel could operate with such a shocking lack of basic hygiene. The public outcry was so loud that the local police had to step in quickly. They couldn't ignore the thousands of voices calling for justice and accountability for this terrible act. In response to the massive public pressure, the Mathura police took swift action. They identified the hotel and its owner, a man named Burakan. He was arrested, along with his minor nephew, who was the young boy seen washing the plates in the video. The authorities didn't just stop at arrests, they immediately shut down the BK Brijwasi Hotel. The doors were sealed and a sign was put up, letting everyone know it was closed, pending a full investigation. This was a necessary step to prevent anyone else from being served food from such a contaminated environment and to send a strong message to other restaurant owners. The legal case against the owner is quite serious. He is not just in trouble for one thing. Burakan faces charges for media group, legal documents on table, police officer reviewing case file at @distribute_equally, knowingly serving food that was unsafe and harmful to health, being investigated for hurting religious sentiments, as many customers felt deceived by the hotel's Hindu name while its practices were so impure, and the very serious issue of child labor, as the boy in the video was a minor being made to work in these horrible conditions. The investigation is looking into all these different angles, promising a thorough examination of all the laws that were broken. This incident has created a deep sense of mistrust among the public. People are now more suspicious of roadside eateries and hotels, especially in tourist-heavy areas. They are wondering how many other places might be doing the same thing behind closed doors. This loss of trust is a major problem. When people can't trust that the food they are paying for is safe, it hurts the entire hospitality industry. Honest restaurant owners who follow all the rules also suffer because of the actions of a few bad apples. Rebuilding that trust will be a long and difficult process for everyone involved. Let's talk about why this is such a big deal. Washing plates in a dirty bathroom is not just gross, it's extremely dangerous for your health. Bathrooms are breeding grounds for all sorts of harmful germs, bacteria, and viruses. Think about germs like E. coli, Salmonella, and norovirus. These tiny organisms are invisible to the naked eye but can cause serious illnesses. When plates are washed in such a contaminated environment, these germs get a free ride onto the surface of the plate. Then, when food is served on that plate, the germs transfer to the food and straight into your stomach when you eat. The consequences of eating contaminated food can range from mild discomfort to life-threatening conditions. At the very least, you could suffer from food poisoning, which means dealing with terrible symptoms like vomiting, diarrhea, stomach cramps, and fever. For most healthy adults, this might last a few miserable days. But for children, the elderly, or people with weak immune systems, these illnesses can be much more severe. They can lead to dehydration, kidney failure, and in the worst cases, even death. It's a frightening thought that a single meal at the wrong place could land you or a loved one in the hospital. This problem is not new, and the Mathura hotel is sadly not an isolated case. We have seen other examples recently that highlight the widespread issue of poor food hygiene. Just a few days before this incident, on June 1st, 2025, the food license for a Zepto warehouse in Mumbai was suspended. Why? Because inspectors found expired food, fungal growth, and dirty, wet floors. In another viral video, a tea vendor on a train was caught rinsing out his tea container using the jet spray from the train's toilet. These incidents show that the problem exists everywhere, from small hotels to modern delivery services. When these things happen, they do more than just make people sick. They erode our confidence in the entire system that is supposed to keep our food safe. Every time you hear a story like this, a little bit of your trust dies. You start to question every restaurant and every food delivery. You wonder if the 5-star rating online actually means anything about the kitchen's cleanliness. This widespread doubt is damaging because eating out should be a pleasant experience. A time to relax and enjoy, not a source of anxiety about whether you're going to get sick from the meal you just paid for. So, what is the solution? How can we prevent such horrifying incidents from happening again? It starts with the restaurants and hotels themselves taking responsibility. They must follow simple but crucial rules for food safety. First, there should be a dedicated area for washing dishes, completely separate from toilets and waste disposal areas. This space must have access to clean, running hot and cold water. Using proper detergents and sanitizers to kill germs is non-negotiable. It is not an area where corners can be cut to save a little money or time. Furthermore, training staff is absolutely essential for maintaining a hygienic environment. Every person working in a kitchen, from the head chef to the dishwasher, must be trained in basic food hygiene practices. This includes proper hand washing techniques, wearing clean uniforms, and understanding the dangers of cross-contamination. Restaurant owners have a moral and legal duty to ensure their staff is not only trained, but also follows these rules consistently. Regular self-inspections can help catch problems before they become a major health risk, ensuring the safety and well-being of their customers every single day. Government authorities also have a huge role to play in this entire process. They need to conduct more frequent and, most importantly, more surprising inspections. A planned visit gives a restaurant time to clean up its act temporarily. Random, unannounced checks are far more effective at revealing the true day-to-day operating conditions of a kitchen. The penalties for violating hygiene standards must be strict enough to act as a real deterrent. Closing a business down, imposing heavy fines, and even publicizing the names of offenders can send a powerful message that public health is not to be taken lightly. Finally, we, as customers, have a part to play. We need to be more aware and more demanding. Don't be afraid to look around a restaurant's dining area for signs of cleanliness. If something feels off or looks dirty, it's okay to walk away. Use your power on social media and review platforms to praise clean establishments and call out the dirty ones. We must demand transparency and hold businesses accountable. Access to safe, clean, and hygienically prepared food is not a luxury. It is a fundamental right. Let's all raise our voices together and ensure that our trust is never again washed away in a dirty bathroom.